Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Guys, a surprise diplomatic twist has just unfolded. Ukrainian President Zelensky and US Senator Marco Rubio have arrived in Saudi Arabia for high stakes discussions. But why now? What's happening behind the closed doors? And could this meeting change the course of the Russia Ukraine war? So, today we are diving deep into the hidden motives behind this visit, what's really at stake, and whether Saudi Arabia is about to become a key mediator in this global conflict. So, stick around because this is a conversation you don't want to miss. So, guys, the question is why Zelensky and Rubio are in Saudi Arabia and that too now. So, on 10th March, President Zelensky and US Senator Marco Rubio touched down in Saudi Arabia for a highly confidential diplomatic meeting. Officially, this visit is aimed at strengthening ties and discussing Ukraine's ongoing struggle against the Russia. But behind the scenes, there is a lot more happening than meets the eye. Saudi Arabia, a nation that has long maintained strategic relations with both the US and Russia, now finds itself in the middle of global chess game. The world is watching. Will Saudi Arabia take a stand or will they continue to walk the fine line of neutrality? So, guys, now you might be wondering why Saudi Arabia, well, despite being an ally of the US, Saudi Arabia has been carefully balancing its relationships. On one hand, it has sent humanitarian aid to Ukraine. On the other hand, it remains a crucial economic partner for Russia, especially when it comes to the oil production. Could this meeting signal a shift in the alliances? Or is Saudi Arabia just playing both sides to secure its own interest? So, guys, let's see the hidden motives. What's really happening behind these closed doors? Let's talk about what Zelensky is really here for. Ukraine needs more than just the moral support. It needs financial aid, military backing, and a stronger diplomatic pressure on Russia. Saudi Arabia is one of the richest nations on the planet, with influence over OPEC oil markets, Middle Eastern diplomacy, and global trade alliances. If Zelensky can secure Saudi Arabia backing, it could be a huge win for the Ukraine. Now, here is where things get even more interesting. Why is Senator Marco Rubio, a leading US Republican, involved in these talks? His presence suggests that this isn't just about the Ukraine, it's also about the US strategy in the Middle East. Rubio represents America's growing concerns about Russia's expanding influence, and some believe he is here to pressure Saudi Arabia into distancing itself from Moscow. So, guys, Saudi Arabia has been working closely with Russia on oil production cuts, which has affected global energy markets. But if the USA can convince Saudi Arabia to side more openly with Ukraine, it could weaken the Russia's economic power. So, is this meeting an attempt to shake up the global energy game? What do you think on this? And comment and let us know. Let's see the geopolitical ripple effect, how this meeting could change everything. Now, let's talk about what happens next. What could come out of this meeting? So, guys, as per my analysis, there are three major possibilities. First is Saudi Arabia could officially offer to mediate peace talks between Ukraine and Russia. But the big question is, would Putin ever agree to sit on the table? Or is this just a symbolic move with no real impact? Second, it could mean like this meeting could be a power move by the US to secure its own influence in the Middle East. By getting Saudi Arabia to make a firmer stance against Russia, the US strengthens its global alliances while isolating Putin further. Third, it could mean that there could be a major economic consequences. So what it could be? If Saudi Arabia cuts its cooperation with Russia, it could send global oil prices soaring. On the other hand, if they maintain neutrality, the war may drag on longer without a shift in power. So, guys, these are not just the diplomatic discussions, they are the high stakes negotiations that could shape the future of global trade, military alliances, and the war itself. So, what is my final take? So, here is my final take. What's coming next? So, what does this all mean? Will Saudi Arabia finally take a stronger stance, or will they continue their delicate balancing act? More importantly, how will Russia respond to this secretive meeting? With tensions rising and no end to the war in sight, this could be a defining moment in international politics. What happens next will depend on who walks away from these discussions with the upper hand: Zelensky, the US, or Saudi Arabia or Russia. So, guys, now I want to hear from you. Do you think Saudi Arabia will step up as a peace broker, or is this just an another political maneuver with no real impact? Let me know in the comments, and I would love to hear from you guys. And if you found this breakdown insightful, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more deep dive analysis on the global affairs. And I will see you in the next video.